Imagine standing in your living room while an invisible storm of gamma radiation rages just outside your front door. Your walls, the very things that protect you from rain and wind, are now as transparent as glass to the subatomic fire of a nuclear aftermath. Most people believe that without a multi-million-dollar military bunker, survival is impossible. They are wrong. Physics does not care about the price of your shelter. It only cares about mass and density. You are currently standing in what could either be your tomb or your fortress. The difference lies in how well you understand the geometry of shielding. Today, we turn your ordinary home into an improvised urban bunker. Before we reveal the blueprints for survival, make sure you are subscribed to know all aspects on YouTube and following us on Facebook. When the grid goes down, the knowledge you store now will be the only asset you have left. Like, comment, and share this video. By sharing this, you are not just spreading a video, you are spreading a fighting chance for others to survive the unthinkable. Stay with us as we master the science of improvised shielding. We are entering a phase where your environment is your enemy, but your knowledge of physical mass is your ultimate defense. We will teach you how to manipulate the space around you to block the most lethal rays known to man. This is not about luck, it is about engineering a survival cell in the middle of chaos. Every second counts, and every inch of material matters. Let us begin the transformation of your home. The urban landscape is full of materials that can save you if you know how to use them. Let us go forward together. Now, we must analyze the first law of survival. Welcome to episode 4 of the Atomic Blueprint. We have survived the blast, and we have tracked the fallout. But now comes the most critical phase, staying alive while the world outside is radioactive. To survive in an urban environment, you must master the protection factor, or PF. A PF is a numerical value that tells you how much a material reduces your radiation dose. A standard wooden house has a PF of only 2, meaning it only cuts the radiation in half. This is not enough to save your life. To reach a PF of 100 or 1000, you need mass. In this section, we analyze the halving thickness of common materials. Physics dictates that roughly 4 inches of packed earth, 2.4 inches of concrete, or 15 inches of water will reduce the gamma radiation hitting you by 50%. If you add another layer of the same thickness, you reduce it by another half. This exponential reduction is the secret to building an improvised bunker. You do not need lead, you need density. In an urban apartment or house, your primary objective is to put as much mass as possible between yourself and the fallout accumulating on the roof and the ground. This is why the center of mass rule is vital. In a multi-story building, the safest place is the middle of the middle floor, far away from the exterior walls and the roof. If you are in a house with a basement, your best bet is the corner that is most deeply submerged in the earth. However, simply being in a basement is not enough. Fallout particles will settle in the soil right outside your basement windows and on the floor directly above your head. You must build a microshield within your shelter. This involves identifying the densest objects in your home. Books and heavy furniture can create a reinforced wall around you. Once you have identified the center of mass, you must begin the physical fortification. In this section, we analyze ground zero geometry. Because fallout is a dust, it behaves like snow. It will pile up in your window wells and on your porch. These are your weakest points. If your basement has windows, you must block them from the inside or outside with at least 18 inches of earth or sandbags. If you do not have sandbags, use pillowcases or trash bags filled with soil from your garden. This creates a lateral shield that blocks the radiation coming from the ground level. The second major threat is overhead accumulation. Most basement ceilings are just wood and tile, providing almost zero protection from the fallout sitting on the floor above you. To counter this, you must build what survivalists call a lean-to or a burrow. Use a heavy dining table or a workbench and place it in your chosen corner. Then, stack your densest materials, suitcases filled with clothes, books, or water jugs on top of the table. This creates an overhead shield that protects your vital organs from the radiation coming down from the roof. This burrow is where you will spend 90% of your time during the first 48 hours. Next, we must address airborne contamination. While gamma radiation comes through the walls, radioactive dust can be blown in through vents and cracks. You must seal your shelter, but you cannot make it airtight or you will succumb to carbon dioxide poisoning. This is the ventilation paradox. The solution is to block all non-essential vents and windows with plastic sheeting and duct tape, but maintain a small, filtered intake. A simple furnace filter, or even a few layers of damp cloth over an air pipe, can trap a significant portion of the larger radioactive particles. Always monitor your airflow. The urban bunker is not about comfort. It is about creating a controlled environment where the laws of physics are manipulated in your favor. Every gap you seal and every bag of dirt you stack adds to your protection factor. You are not just hiding in a basement. You are engineering a survival cell within a collapsing infrastructure. Precision in your construction will dictate the health of your bone marrow and your DNA in the days to follow. The final layer of the urban bunker is not made of concrete concrete or earth, it is made of psychological resilience. In this section, we discuss shelter discipline. Spending 14 days in a cramped, dark, and improvised space is a massive psychological burden. The void of the bunker can lead to panic, claustrophobia, and poor decision-making. To counter this, you must establish a bunker routine. Divide your time into strict segments for sleeping, maintenance, and checking communication channels. Without a schedule, the mind begins to deteriorate, which leads to the most fatal mistake, leaving the shelter too early. The rule of sevens we learned in the last episode tells us that radiation decays quickly, but quickly still means days of total isolation. You must manage your human waste and sanitation with clinical precision. In an improvised bunker, you will likely not have a functioning toilet. Use a 2-bucket system, one for liquids and one for solids, using heavy-duty trash bags and lime or cat litter to control odor and bacteria. If you do not manage sanitation, the bunker will become a breeding ground for disease, which can be just as lethal as radiation in a weakened state. Place your waste area as far as possible from your sleeping microshield, but still within the protected zone. Keep your gear tidy. Manage your batteries. Keep your focus sharp. Listen for all clear signals, but verify them with your own Geiger counter if possible. The urban bunker is a test of endurance. You are waiting for the world outside to return to a state where the human body can exist without being torn apart by subatomic particles. As you sit in your lean-to, surrounded by the mass of your belongings, remember that you have turned the laws of the universe to your advantage. You have used density to stop energy and routine to stop madness. This concludes episode 4, The Urban Bunker. We have mastered the halving thickness of materials, the lean-to fortification, and the discipline of the long way. If this guide to improvised shielding has given you hope, please like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe to know all aspects on YouTube, and follow us on Facebook to keep your blueprint growing. In episode 5, we will move from the structure of the bunker to the tools of the trade, the survival inventory. We will look at the hardware, the radiation detectors, and the specialized medications that make the difference between life and death. The shift from a passive hider to an active survivor depends on the gear you have already prepared. We will analyze the essential checklist and the science behind why specific items are non-negotiable in a post-nuclear world. Do not wait for the sirens to start your inventory. The time to prepare is now. As the fallout continues to decay, your readiness must remain constant. We will provide you with the data you need to ensure that your inventory is a bridge to the future rather than a reminder of what you forgot. Knowledge is your only armor. Stay grounded and stay vigilant. The blueprint is almost complete, but the most practical application is yet to come. Join us for the next chapter, where we look at existence. We are your guide. This is Know All Aspects. Stay safe.